Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of TheCaliEffect, King of Games, and today we're going to be starting off on TJ's turn by normal summoning the Elemental Hero Solid Soldier. That's going to gain the effect of special summoning a monster called Elemental or Vision Hero Vion to his side of the field to send one monster from his deck to his graveyard. I tried to make this as short as possible to give you guys as much information, so we're going to go ahead and skip the intros and go around. He's going to special summon Destiny Hero Malicious by banishing another copy and using both of those monsters for a link summon of Isolde, Two Tales of Noble Knights. He's going to use this effect, and I'm going to try to counter it with Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, and he's going to use Called by the Grave on said Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, preventing me from destroying his Isolde, which will allow him to continue to combo off. Isolde is going to allow him to get Elemental Hero Honest Neos from his deck to his hand, and now it looks like he's going to follow up by sending equipped spell cards from his deck to his graveyard. There's one, there's two, possibly three and four, to special summon a level 4 monster from his deck to his side of the field. So there goes 4 equipped spell cards, and he's definitely debating on what monster would be optimal to summon. I'm going to go ahead and say Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, because that's exactly how the combo would go. If you guys don't know about the combo, you can go ahead and click on this annotation right here. That'll take you to the Elemental Hero deck profile. It's really saucy. As you guys can see, TJ is struggling with summoning the right monster. He's summoning Stratos, but that's not going to be his correct choice. He's going to go ahead and special summon Elemental Hero Shadow Mist to his side of the field, triggering Shadow Mist's effect. That allows him to add Mass Change for his deck to his hand, and then he's going to follow with banishing Destiny Hero Malicious to special summon another copy of Destiny Hero Malicious to his side of the field. He's then going to follow up. I have a strong feeling is that he's going to go ahead and use the Destiny Hero Malicious and the Isolde, Two Tales of Noble Knight. Whoa, that would be pretty bad. He's going to use both of those monsters for a link summon, moving the Shadow Mist into a different card zone, because that actually would have been better, or he could have just placed the Summon Sorceress in the other extra monster zone. It really doesn't matter. But he's going to summon Sorceress into a zone where his Solid Man points to, and then use Summon Sorceress effect, not Isolde's effect, my apologies. Summoning, that's right, Attack Gainer or a Vision Hero Vion from his deck to his side of the field. He must have drawn the Attack Gainer, which is a pretty bad problem for TJ, not being able to Naturia Beast Darklaw the opponent, but instead being able to get a consolation prize of Vision Hero Vion to his side of the field. Not 100% sure even why he would even go to Summon Sorceress if he can't extend the combo. Maybe he was thinking about some Xyz play. Not 100% sure, but I definitely would have stuck with that Isolde and not just went ahead and wasted a Malicious unless he has some other cards, and he doesn't. He's going to set up with 2 cards face down and then pass it right back to me. I'm going to go ahead and draw my card. I'm pretty sure on standby phase, TJ is going to go ahead and use it. That Mass Change 2, morphing his Vision Hero Vion into a Masked Hero Darklaw. And if you guys don't know what that card does, it does a lot of sauce, which is going to be pretty problematic. I'm going to go ahead and start off my turn by special summoning a Time Maiden. What kind of invoke deck is this? I'm going to go ahead and follow up the Time Maiden special summon with Instant Fusion to special summon a monster from my deck to my side of the field. Now, this monster is going to be pretty saucy for the strategy. I'm going to go ahead and special summon Thousand Eyes Restrict to my side of the field, which allows me to basically absorb an opponent's monster and treat it as an equipped spell card. I'm going to go ahead and target Darklaw, and if I do this correctly, I won't have to worry about losing any of my monsters to Masked Hero Darklaw or losing any of my cards in my hand due to a search effect. TJ is definitely reading Instant Fusion, trying to figure out what he can do to counterbalance this Thousand Eyes Restrict. Does he have an Infinite Impermanence face down? What does he have to check this Thousand Eyes Restrict? Possibly an Effect Veiler to stop the Thousand Eyes Restrict from activating. But it looks like I'm in a pretty good position. I'm going to use Thousand Eyes Restrict to target the Darklaw. And he's going to go ahead and use Mass Change on said Darklaw to summon another one to his side of the field. So no, I can't get rid of Masked Hero Darklaw just yet. Pretty bad situation for me, because any monster sent to the graveyard will be banished instead. And I want to point out that special tech of Time Maiden. It is so powerful in this deck. I was looking for a level 1 monster that can special summon itself, and Time Maiden came up over Jester Counterfeit. Now, the reason why is because Time Maiden is a light fairy monster, and Jester Counterfeit is a dark spellcaster. Well, in order to summon Alistair, the Invoker of Madness, you need 2 monsters of different types. I could so use both of those cards to summon Alistair, Invoker of Madness, right here and right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use both those monsters for a link summon into Nightmare Cerberus, and the reason why is because I actually do need to get rid of that Darklaw. If I don't get rid of that Darklaw, I'm going to have some pretty bad problems. I'm going to link the Nightmare Cerberus to the Summon Sorceress, making me pitch the invocation, but at least I get to draw a card since it is co-linked, and get rid of the Masked Hero Darklaw. So we're not in a terrible position, but we're not in the greatest position. I'm then going to go ahead and follow a Magical Meltdown, allowing me to add Alistair the Invoker from my deck to my hand, And as you guys can see, I still have not normal summoned. The Time Maiden was a free special summon, ladies and gentlemen. The Instant Fusions and the Thousand Eyes are strict. Oh yeah, that was free as well. I have not committed my normal summon, which puts me in a pretty decent spot. Now granted, I've already used quite a considerable amount of resources in my hand, but I was able to break a double Dark Law board. I think I'm in a good position, so I'm going to go ahead and normal summon the Alistair, the Invoker, to my side of the field, and then use its effect to add Invocation from my deck to my hand. Now, Invocation is really powerful. For people that don't know what Invocation does, it basically allows me to fuse Invoke monster either in my field or graveyard by banishing it, and cards in my graveyard or my opponent's graveyard by banishing those as well. Now, my invocations are Italian, so while I know I can actually banish my opponent's cards, I don't think I do any of this throughout the entirety of the game. Just maybe a miscue, maybe, or maybe he just doesn't have any light monsters for me to summon Invoked Macabre. That might actually be the best reason. So I'm gonna go ahead and normal summon my Alistair the Invoker, thinking about what I can do. I want to follow up with a really powerful play. And I don't want that Elemental Hero Solid Man to be in a difficult position. So I'm going to go ahead and set a card face down. And since there are two cards in the same column, I'm going to go ahead and special summon my first Mekk Knight monster to my side of the field, which happens to be Mekk Knight Red Moon. Now this really clever guy allows me to banish a Mekk Knight monster in my graveyard to destroy a monster in the same column as that card. Unfortunately, I don't have any Mekk Knight monsters in my graveyard, so I won't be abusing that effect. I will be abusing that as a free 2300 attack monster that allows me to help clear my opponent's board, or even possibly yet just use it for a better play. Seeing that I would only be able to get rid of one of his monsters on the board, I'm probably going to need to find a way to get rid of more than one, because leaving his board at the way it is seems very problematic. I'm going to go ahead and I want to say use all three of my monsters for another Link summon. Since Nightmare Cerberus is a 2 and I have 2 more additional monsters, I have the possibility of making either Boral Sword. I can make Saryuja. Saryuja wouldn't really be helpful, but I'm going to go ahead and use all 4 of these monsters to make, that's right, the most impossible monster, or the most possible monster, or the best monster, Borreload Dragon. Now he's going to allow me to attack into that Summon Sorceress and get over some pesky troubles. And not only that, I have Alistair Invoker in my graveyard, so now I can flip that invocation that was face down, banishing the Red Moon and the Alistair to special summon Mekk or Invoked Macabre to my side of the field. I can then follow up by using Invocation's effect, adding the Alistair the Invoker from my banish zone to my hand to shuffle the invocation into my deck, putting me at a pretty good spot. I at least have 1 monster negate. I have a Borreload Dragon that can snatch an opponent's monster. I have possibly another monster on the side of the field if I can resolve Borreload, as well as Invoked Macabre on my side of the field. So it's going to be really interesting to see how TJ is going to rebound from this. He wasn't able to Notoria Beast me, and definitely we punished him for not being able to Notoria Beast me. I'm not saying that I really wouldn't have done anything. I had Mekk Knight Red Moon in my hand, so I still could have attacked over the Notoria Beast, but I guess he would have had a better board. So now I'm going to go ahead and enter my battle phase and use the Macabre to attack, or no, the Borreload Dragon to attack into the Summon Sorceress first. I'm going to go ahead and steal that Summon Sorceress, 2400 beater, really good. I'm then going to follow up with the Summon Sorceress to attack into, I want to say, the Solid Man. We know that he has Elemental Hero Honest Neos in his hand. No, I'm going to go ahead and attack the Shadow Mist, a rare compromisable move, and I think that TJ would allow that because it gives him the benefit of a free search. And then I'm going to use Macabre to attack into the Solid Man. He's going to use his Honest Neos. I'm going to drop the Invoked Macabre, and that's going to put TJ down to 5,400 life points. Wow, that damage too strong. Now, TJ did make a slight misplay, not adding with Shadow Mist, but it did not matter, ladies and gentlemen. His hand was no bueno. We already know he had the attack gainer in his hand. Going into game 2, he's going to tell me to go first, thinking that Invokes might be at a slight disadvantage, and they very much could be. I'm going to go ahead and start off with Terraforming, and that's going to go ahead and add Magical Meltdown from my deck to my hand. I'm then going to follow up by using that Magical Meltdown to add Alistair the Invoker from my deck to my hand. You guys should already know these plays. These plays right now are just too strong. I'm then going to follow up with normal summoning the Alistair the Invoker, using its effect to add Invocation from my deck to my hand. For the people that haven't seen the summon markers or cards popping up on the summon, I do apologize for some of those. I'm gonna make sure that gets fixed in the later videos, but let me know how do you guys feel about seeing monsters appear on the opponent's side of the screen every time a monster is summoned. It does take quite a bit of effort, but it's all worth it if you guys enjoy that type of content. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it up my turn to TJ. He's gonna start off by Emergency Call, using the spell effective emergency call to add Solid Man from his deck to his hand. I have just one Feeble card face down, a Magical Meltdown, and an Alistair Invoker. So his going first strategy, forcing me to go first, worked, but I'm going to follow up with Duel and Lockbird on TJ, so he's going to be pretty prohibited to see what he can do. He's going to normal summon Solid Man, that's supposed to summon Vision Hero Vion to his side of the field, and then Vision Hero Vion to send one hero monster, which is going to be Destiny Hero Malicious, from his deck to his graveyard. Now, he can make Esol, but he won't be able to add cards from his deck to his hand through Esol's first effect. That puts him at a disadvantage. He can also send Shadow Mist to the graveyard, or summon Shadow Mist, but he won't be able to add Mass Change or add a hero monster from his deck to his hand due to Duel and Lockbird. Duel and Lockbird has been pretty problematic for TJ. I don't think it's going to be getting any better, because if he doesn't make a board, then I can follow up with something really nasty. TJ definitely thinking about what he's going to do next. He's going to banish Destiny Hero Malicious to summon that next copy of Destiny Hero Malicious to his side of the field to prepare himself for those spicy Link plays. Now he can use Destiny Hero Malicious and the Vision Hero Vion for his Esol, which again won't get him exactly what he needed through the search of Esol, but it will get him a Link 2 monster that arrows point down and allow him to summon monsters into his main monster zone. So yes, it looks like he doesn't really have much of a choice. He's going to use both of those monsters from Esol to Tales of the Noble Knights. And then thinking about it, I'm like, bro, Duel and Lockbird, he's going to just go ahead and skip to sending those equipped spell cards. Only one to the graveyard for attack gainer. He's going to use both Solid Man and attack gainer for a Link summon into Notoria Beast. And Notoria Beast is a savage, being able to send the top 2 cards from your deck to your graveyard to negate the effect of a spell card. Too strong. The fact that Notoria Beast is completely free, it shuts out spell cards completely, is a problem for Invoke. Seeing that half of the deck is spells, that's going to be pretty nasty. For the people that want to see this Mekk Knight Invoked deck profile, go ahead and destroy that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can get to 100. No. Let's see if we can get to 350 likes. I can believe you guys. I know you'll be able to pull through. TJ is going to go ahead and banish Destiny Hero Malicious again for a summon of another Destiny Hero Malicious. It looks like he's not done going in. He's going to put himself in a really big position to make whatever board he wants to. He is then going to follow up. What he's going to follow up? Possibly a summon sorcerers, but I don't see him morphing or summoning a beast monster from his deck to his side of the field. What is this madness going on? What other cards does TJ have to follow up with to make this board even more devastating? We already know that he plans on adding additional cards to the card sequence, seeing that he does have Destiny Hero Malicious on his side of the field, but I don't necessarily see what he could do. Possibly I just don't know. Maybe no, Hero Lives wouldn't even work right now because there's monsters in the field. But TJ is going to answer our question by following up with Living Fossil. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Special summoning a Vision Hero Vion to his side of the field, and then he's going to summon another Vision Hero Vion. I could have swore he's already used his normal summon, ladies and gentlemen. No, he's going to put that card back into his hand. Yes, you've already used your normal summon. Cheating, TJ. I see you. He's then going to follow up by, I'm pretty sure, using all 4 of those monsters for a Link summon of his own. He's going to go ahead and use all 4 cards, like I said. No, not the Notoria Beast. Keep that in your graveyard. He's going to use that for a Link summon into Borreload Dragon, ladies and gentlemen. We're in a pretty good position. Borreload Dragon can definitely impact this game, because Borreload Dragon can steal my Alistair the Invoker and prevent me from doing anything unless I take care of the Invoker monster itself first. So, yes, we are not in the greatest position with that Alistair the Invoker, or with the Borreload Dragon snatching my Alistair Invoker. He's going to use Borreload Dragon to attack into it, and yes, going to take that Alistair. He doesn't want me to gain the fusion summons. Then he's going to hit for 2200 damage, effectively putting me down to 4800, ladies and gentlemen. This is a good play. This is a really good play, guys. He's definitely in the zone right now. TJ able to reduce my life points down by a significant amount, as well as keeping me from my follow-up play by snatching my Alistair Invoker and saying, hey, I need to attack into this card first, but I can't activate any spell cards in the moment of doing that. He's definitely put me in a bind. Now, I'm pretty sure he's going to go ahead and pass it off to my turn, putting that Living Fossil into the graveyard. That shouldn't be on the field anymore, and I'm not sure if he has any other follow-up play, so I'm going to go ahead and start off my turn. He's going to pass his turn, and boy, I have a board. I have a tough task to out. I'm going to go ahead and set a card face down where Notoria Beast is, and then I'm going to go ahead and possibly start off with a Mekk Knight special summon. That'll get Notoria Beast off the field. I'm going to go ahead and special summon Mekk Knight Indigo Eclipse, and then use this effect to move it into an adjacent zone to free up a zone so I can special summon Mekk Knight Purple Nightfall. I'm going to go ahead and use Mekk Knight Purple Nightfall's effect, banishing Purple Nightfall to search. No, it's going to get it with Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. No searching for me, ladies and gentlemen. That monster is going to be banished to all peril. Actually, I think Mekk Knight Purple Nightfall doesn't banish this cost, which means it should have stayed on the field which actually impact this game to somewhat. That's actually interesting. And reading the card, yes, it is a target for the cost, so Mekk Knight Purple Nightfall should still be on the board. That 2,500 meter would be very important right now, but it seems like I made the huge mistake of thinking that Mekk Knight Purple Nightfall is a cost. Now, everybody's going to make mistakes. You guys are going to see quite a few mistakes in any given game, but that's just the glory of being human. That's the glory of Yu-Gi-Oh! So, yes, we were able to catch this mistake right here and now, but at the given time, I guess it's a learning experience. Mekk Knight Purple Nightfall does not, that's right, does not banish itself for cost. And you guys can see, because it would be a semicolon after it says banish this card or whatever, but there is a colon after target and then a comma after banish, which is a simultaneously activating effect or resolving effect. Next, we are going to see TJ go off. I just have lowly monsters on my side of the field, not really much else to do. It's back to him. He's going to go ahead and special summon or normal summon Vision Hero Vion and use its effect this time around to send a monster from his deck to the graveyard. That's probably going to be Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. I'm going to go ahead and use Call by the Grave on Elemental Hero Shadow Mist and banishing it and preventing him from adding a hero monster from his deck to his hand. I can still win this game out right now if I can stay for long enough. He's going to go ahead and attack with Borlo Dragon, snatching my Mekk Knight Indigo Eclipse, and then slam me for 2,400 with the Mekk Knight Indigo Eclipse. He is then going to go ahead and attack with his Vision Hero Vion, I only assume, or maybe he's just trying to go for the kill shot right here, right now. He doesn't think I have anything else. He doesn't care. He's showing me the mash change so he can morph his Vision Hero Vion to the Dark Claw for exact game. That is 4,800 damage between the Indigo Eclipse and the Mask Hero Dark Claw. And I'm like, man, I don't like the YuGiOh card game, but you ain't beat me just yet. I have one last card to save me. I'm going to go ahead and activate it. I'm going to use World Legacy Memory to special summon a monster from my deck to my side of the field, preventing my life points from losing it all. TJ's thinking about it. He's going to go ahead and activate it. That Ash Blossom in Joyous Spring, preventing the World Legacy Memory from popping off. TJ's going to go ahead and take game 2. So this time around, I'm going to go first, and I don't want him to pop off. Like, we're kind of forced. We're playing this going first, going second game. Get it, guys? I don't want to go first, but I kind of have to go first because I don't want to get Naturia Beast slash Dark Lord. And he wants me to go first because he doesn't want to go second and open the combo and not get any Mekk Knight. It's really a game of chicken, and I'm not trying to play chicken. He's going to activate Reinforcement of the Army, go ahead and add a Vision Hero Vion, and then normal summoning Elemental Hero Solid Soldier to special summon, that's right, Vision Hero Vion to his side of the field. Vision Hero Vion's effect is going to activate, sending Destiny Hero Malicious from his deck to a graveyard. You guys should know the drill by now, guys. This deck is pretty consistent at doing what it does. I did make a couple of modifications. If I remember correctly, I just added 2 cards. I added an equipped spell card inside of Horned Unicorn, or really just any equipped spell card that you guys want. And I also added another card that I just can't think of right now. Actually, Super Polymerization. There you go, to disrupt the opponent. So he's going to go ahead and special summon that Destiny Hero Malicious. And again, if you guys want to see the explanation and profile, go ahead and check on that link, ladies and gentlemen. That will take you right to the deck profile. It's a really awesome deck, and besides those 2 modifications that we had, just 2 additional cards to help us with the consistency, it's a pretty solid deck. He's going to go ahead and follow up by using the Vion and the Vision, or in the Destiny Hero Malicious for his ESO 2000 Noble Knights. That's going to go ahead and add Honest Neos from his deck to his hand. Now he's in a pretty good position. But as we can see, he has Destiny Hero Malicious in his hand. So what exactly can he do to counteract that? He's going to go ahead and use the effect of ESO, sending 4 equipped spell cards from his deck to the graveyard, and that's going to go ahead and special summon possibly the Elemental Hero Shadow Mist to his side of the field. Maybe he still has the combo, even with Destiny Hero Malicious to his side of the field. Maybe he does have some sort of extender that will allow him to push through in this combo. So if he does, I would definitely special summon that Shadow Mist and, you know, continue going with my day. So yes, it looks like he's going to go ahead and special summon Shadow Mist and then use Shadow Mist's effect to add Mash Change from his deck to his hand. And no, TJ, there's only one thing you can go into. Actually, 2 things. You can go into Mash Change or Mash Change for your search. So I'm not 100% sure what he's going to be adding. Oh, he was actually looking for Summon Sorceress. I don't know how I got that. Oh, from the Borlo. Now I remember I took it and never give it back. He's then going to go ahead and special summon that Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist should add Mash Change from his deck to his end. And then he's going to follow up with one of the most spiciest cards in the deck, Living Fossil, to special summon Destiny Hero Malicious back to his side of the field. And now he can follow up with the combo. That Destiny Hero Malicious plus the ESO 2000 of the Noble Knights is going to be used for a, for a link summon of the Summon Sorceress. Summon Sorceress effect to target the Elemental Hero Solid Man to special summon the attack gainer back to his side of the field, and TJ is on a roll. He can then use attack gainer plus the Solid Soldier to make Notoria Beast. I'm going to go ahead and use World Legacy's Memory before he goes ahead and starts to make that Notoria Beast. That's going to allow me to special summon a monster, Mekk Knight monster from my deck to my side of the field. It's going to put me at a pretty decent, you know, significant advantage, mainly because I don't want to take a lot of damage. So I'm going to go ahead and special summon a Mekk Knight Blue Sky. I know you guys are seeing Purple Nightfall to my side of the field, and I'm not sure what was my thought process, but now that I think about it, actually I do know what my thought process was. I was like, I don't care if I take a lot of damage, he's not going to be able to OTK me. I can use Purple Sky to banish itself to add another Mekk Knight, which will allow me to get over both his Notoria Beast and also be able to search cards and as well get over his Dark Law in the same time. But I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. I think I just didn't want to get OTK'd. This deck can OTK, but I don't think this was a time that the deck could have OTK'd. He does have a Destiny Hero Malicious in his hand. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle it and actually special summon Red Baron to my side of the field, which is actually still a very solid choice. Extremely solid choice. But this is why you guys should not overthink like I am right now. It's in the middle of Game 3. Really trying to get this win. Definitely thinking about what monster I should summon. I'm like, he can't run over Red Baron, but I need a card that's going to get me more advantage. So I'm like, nah, I need that Mekk Knight Blue Sky to my side of the field. And yeah, that's where I kind of mess up. Mekk Knight Blue Sky does have that 2,500 booty. It has a very nice defense, but in the card's defense, it has no attack. Like, it's not strong enough to attack over Notoria Beast or Masked Hero Dark Law, so it's not necessarily a dead card, but it's not a great card. He's going to pass his turn putting the Blue Sky back into my hand, and then on my standby phase, he's going to go ahead and activate the effects of Mash Change. Go ahead and morphing his Elemental Hero Shadow Mist into his Masked Hero Dark Law. So now I am sitting on the standard board that Elemental Heroes make, which is Summon Sorceress, Notoria Beast, and Masked Hero Dark Law. A very powerful board. Being able to banish all of my cards as well as negate any of my spell activations. I am in a tough spot, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go ahead and set a card face down, and am I passing my turn? Am I conceding? Am I scooping? What is going on here, guys? Not 100% sure what would be going down right now, but I don't want to say that I'm down and out. I'm going to set a card face down and follow up with the special summon of my Mekk Knight Blue Sky. Now, that's a very powerful card. That'll get me in some good positions. TJ's going to follow with Infinite Impermanence because I would have been able to search at least one card under Mekk Knight. Actually, two cards if the Infinite Impermanence didn't go off. I'm going to go ahead and follow up with my Mekk Knight Purple Nightfall to my side of the field. Maybe I already had the Purple Nightfall in my hand, and that's why I didn't really care for it too much. I already knew I had the Purple Nightfall. I don't know. It could be it. But still, in losing that Mekk Knight Blue Sky effect would have actually helped me mitigate the cost of Masked Hero Dark Law because I would have lost a search, but I would have been in a pretty good position. And now I can't really get rid of the Dark Law because, again, Mekk Knight Blue Sky is 2,000 attack, which is not beneficial right now. I'm going to go ahead and attack over his Notoria Beast, inflicting 300 damage to him. And then I'm going to have to go into main phase 2 because there's not another monster I can make right now. I thought about all my options. I'm going to go ahead and use Mekk Knight Blue Sky's effect, banishing itself to add a Mekk Knight monster from my deck to my hand, ladies and gentlemen. So I can only imagine a Red Baron might be out of the question. I'm going to go ahead and add Indigo Eclipse from my deck to my hand, and I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to follow up with the special summon of Indigo Eclipse, possibly, possibly not. Maybe. I actually know. I see exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to trigger that Masked Hero Dark Law, seeing if TJ is going to activate it, and it looks like he's going to activate it, because if he does it, I can always make that Nightmare Cerberus and then start to go into it more. He's going to go ahead and use Masked Hero Dark Law's effect to go ahead and banish a monster, or banish a card from my hand, and he's going to go ahead and hit the Indigo Eclipse. We good, guys. We are fine, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to reveal that Terraforming. That is face down. Didn't want that card hit by the Masked Hero Dark Law. And I'm going to go ahead and add Alistair the Invoker from my deck to my hand, but not before I activate my Magical Meltdown, because Terraforming for Alistair the Invoker in itself would be pretty busted. I would understand why to go to 2. Then I'm going to follow with the normal summon of my Alistair the Invoker to add Invocation from my deck to my hand. We are already on a roll, ladies and gentlemen. We are setting ourselves for a very, very good hand. A very possible outcome where I can actually might be able to come out on top of this. Masked Hero Dark Law is actually, you know what, now that I think about it, he did search Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, or I'm sorry, Elemental Hero Neos. So maybe I summoned the Blue Sky knowing that I couldn't have attacked into the Dark Law. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, TheCaliEffect. You're doing something right. I'm going to probably follow one of the most sauciest plays of the year. I have to get rid of that Dark Law. I kind of have to take a sacrifice. And I don't want to make this sacrifice, but it looks like I'm going to yes, I'm going to have to make the sacrifice because getting over that Dark Claw, it's going to be pretty problematic. Again, if you guys want to see this deck profile, that's right, Mekk Knight Invoked. Let's see if we can get to 350 likes. It's very possible. I know you guys enjoy this content, and it does take a lot of work, so I would like to be appreciated, you know, possibly get 350. I think that would be awesome. Lets me know as a content creator that you guys really enjoy the video. So now I'm definitely trying to ponder and think. And then for the people that want to see the hero deck profile, go ahead and click on that annotation. That will take you to the hero deck profile. It's a really awesome deck. The only two additions are Horn of the Unicorn, and that's right, we also added Super Polymerization to the main board. I'm going to go ahead and reveal my Super Polymerization. Yes, the card that is just fresh off the Forbidden list. I'm going to go ahead and use his Master of Dark Law and my Alistair the Invoker for a Link Summon Invoked Kaliga. This is probably the only reason why players will play Kaliga. But it's not really a bad effect now that you think about it. Monsters can only attack once. Card effects can only be activated once. That's pretty good, guys. I don't know what to say about Kaliga other than that it's a solid card. So TJ is going to go ahead and by following up with the normal summon of his Elemental Hero Shadow Mist to his side of the field, and he's going to want to put it in the appropriate link zone if he plans on using Summon Sorceress, or at least I would hope he plans on using Summon Sorceress. He's then going to follow up with Summon Sorceress effect to spell summon a monster from his deck to his side of the field, and seeing that Elemental Hero Shadow Mist is already on the side of the field, it's probably going to be a throwaway monster. No, not Elemental Hero Airboy, not Stratos. No, not you. Don't spell summon you to the side of the field because you won't be able to use this effect. He's going to go ahead and retract that Stratos by summoning a Vision Hero Vion to his side of the field. Now, again, he won't get the effect, but I'm assuming he's just using it for another monster on his side of the field. So he's already used his one effect that he's allotted for today. He still has to deal with my Mekk Knight Blue Sky and my Invoked Kaliga if he wants to use more card effects. I do have a Daunting Face Down card, and now that I think about it, I could have used both of those monsters for a Nightmare Cerberus to destroy more cards on the side of the field, but I think I would have lost that card in my hand. If I already lost the invocation, I don't think I want to lose anything else. I think I'm fine with losing my monsters, then losing the rest of my hand. If I remember correctly, that hand card was very important. He's going to use Summon Sorceress to attack into the Kaliga, and then he's going to use the Shadow Mist to attack into the Blue Sky, and on top of that, drop the Elemental Hero Honest Meals to inflict that extra damage and get over my Blue Sky. That's going to be pretty good, TJ. Pretty good for breaking my board. He's going to attack with the Vision Hero Vion for an additional 1,000 points of damage. And then he's going to go ahead and pass his turn. I still think I'm in a very good position. Even though he does have the field advantage, it's going to take a couple of cards to turn the tide. But I think it's very possible. During his end phase, I'm going to go ahead and activate Scapegoats. That's right. Your lovable goat creatures are not bad. They're actually really good, even when they're limited to 2. I'm going to go ahead and get 4 tokens to my side of the field. I apologize for not giving you guys 4 real tokens. We're going to have to use the dice. Fortunately for us, it's going to be very easy to, differentiate between the dice. Now, during my standby phase, Mekk Knight Purple Nightfall does return to my side of the field. And now I think I'm going to go ahead and start linking off, but not before TJ used Call by the Grave on my Alistair the Invoker. So even if I did draw an invocation, he doesn't even want to risk it. He's like, nah, there's no way I want you to use this Alistair the Invoker. That's too strong. I'm going to go ahead and use 1 token for Link Spider, another token for Link Kribo. You guys should already know how this combo goes by now. A token plus a Link Kribo for a Nightmare Cerberus, more than likely. Let's see, TheCaliEffect. Let's see what you got. Is it the Nightmare Cerberus? Is it not the Nightmare Cerberus? I mean, I would hope that it's the Nightmare Cerberus. That is a pretty powerful card that allows me to do quite a few things. Being able to destroy a monster on the side of the field, whether it's Shadow Mist or Summon Sorceress, and draw a card since it's co-linked to the Link Spider. Yes, I'm going to use the Link Kribo and the token. That's going to make this Nightmare Cerberus, and I'm going to discard a card from my hand. What card am I going to discard? The Invocation, Saucy. That's actually really good to destroy the Summon Sorceress and draw a card. And now since Invocation is in my graveyard, I can use this effect to add Alistair the Invoker from my graveyard to my hand. Saucy plays, TheCaliEffect. Saucy plays. Nice by playing that Call by the Grave. Yes, I won't be able to activate Alistair the Invoker's effects, but in the same time, I will be able to get a free monster to my side of the field and Invocation back into my deck. So this combo really helped me. I really appreciate TJ for allowing me to use Invocation, even if it wasn't in the way that I intended to do it. Now, looking at what we can do next, I do have 1 more token. I think I'm going to use that token for a Tribute Summon for Link Kribo's effect, essentially giving me a free Link 4 monster to my side of the field. Am I going to go ahead and do it? Am I not? It all depends. He's going to go ahead and shuffle my deck. We're thinking, yes, we're going to use that for the summon of the Link Kribo back to our side of the field. And then since we have 3 monsters, one monster link 2, the other one link 1. Oh no, we're gonna go ahead and banish the Mekk Knight Purple Nightfall to add Mekk Knight Blue Sky from our deck to our hand. We are trying to go in, ladies and gentlemen. We are trying to get that damage in, that max damage. Unfortunately, that actually might be my downfall. This was a couple of miscalculations too late. I thought that I had perfect game right here, which you guys are gonna see. I'm gonna go ahead and summon the Mekk Knight Blue Sky by setting a card face down in my main monster zone, and that's gonna give me a free search. That free search is probably gonna be Indigo Eclipse since I've already had Purple Nightfall working in my favor. Yes, it's gonna be Indigo Eclipse from my deck to my hand. And then I am going to use all 4 of my monsters for my Link summon. Now, it's gonna be very dangerous. This Link monster is known for outright winning games because of how sheerly powerful this card is. It is a go-getter / game winner. That's what I like to call about this card. It is the monster that nobody wants to see, nobody wants to go against. I think when you summon this, you should be winning the game. I'm going to use all 4 of those monsters. That's right, the Link Creepo, Nightmare Cerberus, and Link Spider. Not for Boral Boy, but for his brother. That's right, this monster is really powerful. And as you guys can see, I'm stalling for time, but it looks like I'm stalling for time in real life too. I'm going to summon Boral Sword Dragon. That's right, this guy is the guy that I thought that I had enough for game with. And I kind of miscalculated. So I'm going to go ahead and attack with the Mekk Knight Blue Sky. Yeah, I just don't want to see this because if I kept the Purple Nightfall on the field, I would have had game. I'm going to attack with the Blue Sky into his Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, inflicting 500 damage to his life points. And even more importantly, now I can use Boral Sword to give himself, to lower the Vision Hero Vion's attack, to switch my Mekk Knight monster in defense, and to do some serious damage. But unfortunately, like I said, I misplayed, I miscalculated. He has 500 life points left, and that's nauseating. He actually did the life point just to make sure. He was like, yeah, I'm at 500. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm at 500. I'm like, huh? 500? How? Like, this should have been game. This should have been game, ladies and gentlemen. Huge mistake that probably could cost me the entire game. And I'm like, no, this is no bueno at all. He's reading Boral Sword Dragon just to make sure. And I think that that was probably the biggest mistake of all time. Boral Sword Dragon could have hit for game if I would have summoned Mekk Knight Purple Nightfall to my side of the field. I'm in tears right now. I'm upset, guys. This is not good at all. Basically, I'm going to go ahead and pass my turn. TJ's at 500 life points. He's happy as hell because he's drawn the top deck of a lifetime. He's going to go ahead and draw his emergency call. Man, that is the best top deck of all time. He's going to get Solid Soldier to his hand. And then he's going to go ahead and normal summon that Solid Soldier, special summon Elemental Hero Stratos, and then use Stratos' effect. That's going to go ahead and get an Elemental Hero Bubble Man to his side of the field. But isn't it a Destiny Hero Malicious in his hand? Huh. That is crazy. How is he going to get that Destiny Hero Malicious to the graveyard? I'm trying to figure that out. Oh, maybe, actually, I know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to have to use both his Solid Soldier and his Elemental Hero Stratos as a link material for a monster like Nightmare Cerberus to discard a card from his hand. So, no, he's thinking about it. Does he want it? Yep, he's going to go ahead and... What is he doing? What is he doing? He's thinking... No, he's going to go ahead and kill it. We actually cut through all that because he was thinking about it. I'm like, what are you doing? He was like, oh, no. He actually, he thought about it. He did it right. He's going to go ahead and use both of those monsters for a link material. Go ahead, TJ. Use those 2 monsters for a link material of your Nightmare Cerberus. Because that card's pretty freaking powerful. I just want to point that out. Even an Evil Swarm Exciting would be perfect right now. I think Evil Swarm Exciting would have actually did the job a little better, maybe? Nah, not really. But yeah, he's going to use both of those monsters for a link summon. We share the same extra deck. So he's going to summon Nightmare Cerberus to his side of the field. And he wants to point it to my Boral Sword Dragon. You want to point it to the Boral Sword. Point it to the Boral Sword, TJ. Go ahead and you can do it. You can do it. Put it where it initially was. There you go, or where it should be. That's going to allow him to destroy my Boral Sword Dragon, discard a card, and draw a card. Puts him in a pretty good position. Boral Sword Dragon's now off the field. He can go ahead and set his card face down and special summon his Elemental Hero Bubble Man and then flip up. That's right, an emergency call. What the deuce is going on? He's going to use that to get a second copy of Elemental Hero Bubbleman, and now he has 4 monsters on his side of the field, or a Link 2 monster and 2 additional monsters, which is the common way to summon one of the boss cards, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to go ahead and use all 4 of those monsters for a Link summon. That's right, not his Boral Sword, because that wouldn't win him the game right now. But he's going to go ahead and summon his Boral Dragon to his side of the field. That is powerful. He's going to use Boral Dragon to snatch my Mekk Knight Blue Sky. And TJ is in the game. No cards on the field, but he has a lot of heart. Or no cards in his hand, but he has a lot of heart on the field, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go ahead. I got this game in the bag, guys. Fortunately, my misplay did not cost me the game. I'm going to go ahead and normal summon Alistair the Invoker. Use his effect to add Invocation from my deck to my hand. Next, I'm going to go ahead and... No, actually, Mekk Knight Blue Sky, or Purple Sky, Purple Nightfall, should be back to my side of the field. So yes, bring that monster back to my side of the field. Then I'm going to follow up with linking both of those monsters away for a Alistair the Invoker of Madness. Are you mad, TheCaliEffect? Are we following up with the invocation play? Yes, we are. Banishing Alistair and Mekk Knight Purple Nightfall to special summon Invoked Macabre, and then using the Invocations effect to add Alistair the Invoker from my Banish Zone to my hand. That is enough to make Macabre 3,500, which is exactly enough for game, ladies and gentlemen. But now before I little swag up with that Invoker of Madness, discarding a card to add Book of Law from my deck to my hand. I mean, we don't know what he could have. You know, he has no back row and no hand. And then we're going to attack with Macabre, use the Alistair Invoker. That will be game. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and destroy that like button. Let us know down below in the comment section what you think was best. If you guys want to see that Invoke deck profile, let's get to 350 likes. Please, guys, please like, comment, subscribe. But most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day like I am.